Hey guys, how are you doing today? I'm doing great. Tired. So, I've been mixing a song I'm getting ready to release here very soon. And I've noticed that throughout the entirety of this time that I've been working on it, I started to more or less hate the mix, even though it's a good mix, maybe. And so, today I'm going to be showing you how I make Thall tones from scratch, because guitar tones will fix me. Yeah, that'll do it. If you want to join my Discord server, the link is in the description, and let's just get right into it. So I'm not going to play too much of the song because I don't want to spoil everything. However, this is the guitar takes I have at the moment. It's just a raw DIs. This is all part of the tone. The things on top are necessary, so that's not necessarily from scratch. But if you want to see what those are doing, check out this video in one of the corners. I don't know which one, but it's there. So I'm going to start with just plain Gojira X. I mostly chose this, and I'm choosing this again because I really want to utilize Buster's preset that he recently released for this. So I'll flip it to stereo and just see how it sounds on its own. Transpose is on. So it sounds decent enough on its own. There isn't really too much I would probably change about this, aside from maybe the cab. So what I'm going to do is just go through to GGD contenders. That's basically my go-to for everything these days. And I'll just go through Buster's cabs here just to see how they sound since it is his preset. This preset here, I love M160 to be honest. Sounds like it has the low end impact that I'm looking for. I'm going to just throw on the master EQ and see how that changes. And so now that I have a general-ish sound thing that I'm going for, I'm going to unmute the rest of the mix, and I'm just going to see how it sounds with the mix. I should have probably did that before this, but... And so it already sounds pretty sick, but I'm just going to go ahead and continue and show you what I do next. That out of the way, I'm going to throw on some EQ. I'll go ahead and make 2 EQs just in case I want to make one for the DI itself. I will throw on a multiband compressor. I may also want to throw on some compression, but I'm not too sure yet. We'll see how that goes. And if you've been following me for a while, you already know it's going to be Distressor if I use it. Distressor is one of the very few plugins that I would actually say go drain your wallet on it because it's very worth it. But I'll turn that off for now, and I will just mess with some EQ. And I'll do this solo at first, and then I will bring in the mix and make sure nothing is too pokey or anything, or make sure it even glues in the mix. Basically, I like to start with it in solo because I like to hear exactly what it is I'm working on. And sometimes it is hard to find some of the harshness if you're just listening in the full mix. So that's why I do it. General first moves, take away some of the digital fizz, just like that, and get started. That's about maybe the extent of what I will do solo right now. I'm going to go ahead and add the multiband compressor just to show what that's doing, and then I'm going to show the full mix and see how we can get it to glue in better. So for the multiband compressor, I'm going to basically look for the low end bump. So that's basically the bass of the signal, and that's going to be very muddy unless you tame it. So that's all I'm going to do for now. And now we're going to play the full mix. I kind of wasn't speaking just because I was kind of focused, but you can tell that when I pulled down those two little sections on the EQ, it kind of just killed the presence of the guitar in a way. And so to mitigate that, we're going to add a shelf. And a shelf is going to basically boost all of the high-end frequencies, but that might also mean you have to tame a little bit more. Kind of a balancing act. That's just how I do it personally, but it's what works for me. And to show what I mean better, I'm going to add a high shelf and just pull it up. But now I'm hearing these frequencies again, so I'm going to have to pull those down a little bit because I did also raise them a little when I pulled that up. So that sounds pretty sick to me. And just as a comparison between the two tones, I'm just going to show you what I had before and what I have now. So I had the same exact setup as what I did just now. However, the only thing I did change is here I'm using the default IR for the preset. And while that doesn't sound terribly bad or anything, I just feel like it was lacking something of high end in some regard, and no matter what I did, it just was not working. And so typically that for me, that means change the IR, which I did just now. And this is what it became. So the tone, in my opinion, does feel better. However, it does stick out quite a bit and it's kind of overbearing in some areas. So I'm going to show you how I also tame Thall tones. So to tame Thall tones, you can do several things. You can either use Soothe, you can use Pro Q4's new feature, Spectral, which is basically Soothe inside of the EQ. You can figure it out on your own and figure out exactly where the frequencies are and multiband them so it's more dynamic, or you can just straight up cut them, but I don't really recommend that. But since I got Pro Q4, I'm going to use that. And you're going to see there's going to be lines that dip down here, and that's basically a lot of the stuff that you're not really going to have a good time listening to at louder volumes. I mean, there is some other stuff that I would like to change, but that's just me being meticulous. But as you can see, while I did use a preset and it's not technically from scratch, this is how I go about building the tones. This is what I think about when I go into building these tones, is how it hits in the low end, how it feels in the high end. Is it harsh? Is it kind of just drowned out? And I even wanted to make sure I showed you how I go about mitigating those problems, because no one shows this stuff with this genre sometimes, for the most part, and I want to help. But anyway, if you are looking forward to this track, make sure you are following, subscribe if you haven't already, or don't, that's okay too, and tell me the song sucks, tell me it's dubstep, whatever you want, it's okay, it's all good. But that's going to be all for me today. I will see you guys next time. Bye.